Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm gonna start another reading vlog, but this week what's choosing my reads is going to be one of those spinner wheel things. So I've put all the books on my TBR, my physical TBR. I'm just gonna spin it and whatever it lands on, that's what I'm going to read. I'm gonna try to do like 3 books. I am excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I've been kind of mood reading recently, but there's a lot of books on my physical TBR that I'm really looking forward to reading, and I'm hoping that whatever I read will fit with my mood. Right now, I'm in a romance fantasy mood, which is like almost always, but very much right now. I would be okay with romance. I have 3 on there that are just like contemporary romances, and I would be okay with the heavy romance fantasy books on there, which I think Powerless would be a good one. I would also be okay with Skyward. That one is a sci-fi. I've been really intrigued by that recently. I've been wanting to read some sci-fi, and I know Brandon Sanderson is like great author, so those are the ones that I'm like hoping for, but I think I'd be excited or like okay with reading almost all of these. So I have my little spinner wheel here and I'm gonna spin it, and that's what I'm gonna read. I'm nervous. Okay, it landed on The Raven Boys. I actually just recently saw something about this on Instagram. Like, I've heard about this for a long time because Maggie steifvader wrote one of my favorite books, but I also saw like some quotes and stuff recently and I was like, oh, I should read that one. This one is about, I think the main character's name is Blue, and she meets the love of her life, but she's told that if she kisses him then he'll die or something along those lines. But I have an inkling just from like what I've seen that it's like really good found family. 4 books in the series, so I'm looking forward to starting this. I'll give you guys an update about my first impressions of the book once I start it sometime tonight. That will be happening. I'm really looking forward to this. This has been on my TBR for a very long time, so it'll be good to like actually read it. So I have read like 50 pages of this book so far, and I figured I'd give you like a little better synopsis and like my first impression. First of all, I think my original synopsis, I said basically the tagline, if you kiss your true love, he will die. But a little more background on that. Her family is like a bunch of psychics, and all of them have told her on separate occasions without talking to each other that was like a prophecy for her life, pretty much. Like, they're predicting her future as psychics. I think the first chapter of this book, her aunt comes to visit, and as soon as she opens the door, she's like, this is the year that you will meet your true love. So that's kind of the opening of this book. I'm really intrigued so far. Also, while I was reading this, I realized that, first of all, it's a paranormal story. So I think it still counts as fantasy because there's some other fantastical aspects to it. But the like spiritual part of it with the psychics and everything, it means that it's like a paranormal type of story, which is good because it's October. So it kind of adds to that atmosphere for me, which is cool. Also, I have read the sequel series the first book to the sequel series. When I read that, I think I realized like halfway through or maybe after I finished it that I was reading the sequel series instead of the first book, and this was on my shelf. So I just like randomly picked it up from the library and I wanted to read it because it's by this author. And I didn't know anything about it because I wanted to go in blind, but then I think I spoiled some things in this series for myself by reading that. But I'm okay with it. It's fine. I do know some of the characters, which is kind of cool. So it kind of feels like I'm continuing the series that I've already started, but really I'm starting from the beginning. I'm excited. So it's pretty cool that I like already feel familiar. I love her writing style. I don't know what it is about it, but I just feel like I click with it so much. It's super easy for me to read, and I'm really excited to continue the story. I'm looking forward to like the found family part and when they all like get together and stuff. It's also like multiple POVs, which is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'll give you guys more of an update once I get into it because I'm really not that far in. I am really glad that I picked this up because for some reason I've been avoiding it. So thank you to the spinner wheel for making me read it. Hey guys, so I have a few updates for you. The first one is that I am almost halfway with the Raven Boys, and I am really enjoying this. I had those feelings of like, okay, I really need to know what happens. I need to continue this series. Yeah, I'm very intrigued and I'm excited to keep reading. And also, I just love the characters so far, like the way that they interact with each other. There's like some funny moments, and also like you can tell that they care about each other a lot. We still haven't gotten to the point where like the main character is with the Raven Boys. They've had a few scenes with each other, but I'm really looking forward to when they're like all together for multiple scenes because she's kind of catching on to like their motives and like what they're trying to do. So I think that will be really fun. Maybe it'll be towards the end of the book, but yeah, I'm excited. And then I also, since I wanted to continue the series, went to Half Price Books today to look for the rest of the series. And I didn't find it, but I did find some other books that I'll just show you guys. So I found The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This is the same author as The 7-Year Slip, which I just read recently, and I gave it 5 stars. And I was super excited to find this at Half Price Books because it's in really good condition, and I was just really looking forward to reading it after reading The 7-Year Slip. And then also I found Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is a young adult sci-fi superhero story, and I don't know much more than that, but I'm really excited to read this. I love sci-fi and superheroes. I also heard some people talk about it and they have really enjoyed it. Sarah Caroli specifically read it, and she doesn't really read sci-fi, but she still really liked it. So I am really excited to start this series. But I wanted to show you guys these 2 books that I got because I do need to add them to my spinning wheel. So in case those pop up on there later in this video, I just bought them. I'll probably update you guys once I finish the Raven Boys and give you my full review, and then we will also spin for the next book. So we'll see you guys then. Hey guys, it is the next day and I have finished the Raven Boys. This was a very good book. I really enjoyed it. I think my ratings, I just really liked it. As I predicted, the found family was top notch in this book, but also just the writing is so good. The author really gives you just the bare minimum information that you need to know. She keeps you guessing a lot. A lot of the things that she leaves out makes you theorize about what's going to happen or why people are the way they are. And once things start getting explained, it's a really cool aha moment. I really enjoyed that part of it. And I'm definitely going to continue the series. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really glad that I picked this up because it probably would have taken me such a long time to get to this if I hadn't spun for it on the wheel. So now I get to spin for my next read. Yesterday I was looking at my bookshelves just wondering which book I'm gonna read next. So it's kind of exciting, the possibilities. Yeah, I'm definitely more excited than I was last time. I was more nervous last time, but I think I've just been looking at some of the books on my shelf and excited to read them. I did add those 2 that I bought yesterday here, so it is possible those will be chosen. We shall see. There are some that like I might be a little not as excited to read. Let's spin. Okay, so The Summer I Turned Pretty is the one that was chosen. So that's kind of funny because it's October now. It's not really like the vibe, but I was hoping for like a shorter read, and I was thinking about this author the other day because I read To All the Boys I've Loved Before, that whole series by Jenny Han, and I liked it, and I was just thinking about like the chemistry that she writes and the kind of characters she writes, so I'm looking forward to it. I know there's a love triangle, which is sometimes frustrating, but I think I'm excited. So I'm gonna go start that one. That's fun. Hello guys, it is only one day later, and yesterday I read like a whole bunch of the Raven Boys. Like I read like 170 pages because I really wanted to finish it yesterday. And then I filmed the last clip where you saw me spinning the wheel, and then I didn't really think I was gonna read much more. But I picked up the book and like suddenly I was halfway through. So this book is like super easy to read. The margins are huge, the font is huge, the chapters are short, like you just fly through it. So yeah, I'm halfway already in this book, which doesn't happen to me very often. Like I don't usually read that fast or that much of a book in one day. I'm really happy about that because I was really wanting a quick one. I'm really liking it so far. I also didn't give you guys a synopsis, but the main character, Belly, goes to this beach house that belongs to her mom's best friend, and they spend the whole summer. So her brother and her mom, and then her mom's best friend and her 2 sons always spend the whole summer at this beach house. This is the year that everyone's kind of starting to treat her like an actual teenager because she's 15 now instead of like a kid, and you know, has contacts instead of glasses or whatever. So hence the name of the book, The Summer I Turned Pretty. But it is interesting seeing her perspective of like being the youngest and being the only girl out of the kids. And I didn't know this, but you do get flashbacks to the other summers of them growing up together. That part's kind of fun too. So it's also less than 300 pages, so I'll definitely hopefully finish tonight. I will be able to give you my like full review and spin for another book later tonight. There is a love triangle in this book, and I'm not sure who I'm rooting for at this point. I like feel like I know who she ends up with because of some spoilers that I've like seen. Not actual spoilers, but just like people saying what team they're on, Conrad or Jeremiah, and like I don't know. I can kind of infer from what people say about it, like who I think she ends up with. But I like both of them right now, and I'm trying to be open-minded so I don't get disappointed. That's kind of how I am with all love triangles, honestly. I'm like, they're both nice. It would work out. It would be good. Just to like make sure that I will be happy with the outcome no matter what it is. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys that update tonight, and I'm excited to roll for another book. It's been actually a lot more fun than I anticipated doing this video, so it's going well so far, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hello guys, I just finished The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I really like the characters, feel pretty like connected to them. Belly is kind of annoying, but she's 15, and like what 15-year-old isn't kind of annoying? Like I was 15 once, and I can relate to a lot of the things that she's thinking and saying and doing, you know, to get attention or for whatever 15-year-old reasons she has. So I'm looking forward to like some character development. I think that is coming in the series. So yeah, but I really liked it. The vibes were really good, even though they like didn't match the mood that I was in, or you know, the fact that it's October. It's fine. Like I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. So 4 stars. And now I get to pick the last book for this video. Well, I don't get to pick it. The spinning wheel gets to pick it for me. Here we go. Okay, The Maze Runner was the one that was chosen. Interesting. I'm not like super excited about this because I'm not in a super dystopian mood right now, and I've already seen the movie, so like I kind of know what it's about already. But it's also like been on my TBR for a really long time, so I do need to read it and just get it off my TBR and like see if I want to continue the series. And I did like the movie. Maybe I will like the book better. Interesting. All right, I will go start that and I'll keep you updated on how I like it. So close to Skyward. I really wanted to read that one, but that's okay. Hello everyone, I am 50 pages into The Maze Runner. I've actually not been reading from the physical book because I picked up this copy and I flipped open the pages and I realized that they're like the most water damaged I've ever seen. I don't know why I bought this copy. I know I bought it from Goodwill, but like why would I buy this super water damaged copy? I don't know what I was thinking. But I immediately went to see if it was available to download from my library on my Kindle, and it was, thankfully. So I'm 50 pages in. I am liking it. I remember a lot from the movie, so I'm like picturing all the same actors, which is kind of nice because I feel like I can picture their faces a little better. But also I remember a lot of the plot too, so I'm not like super intrigued or anything because I already kind of know what's gonna happen. But I do like Thomas, the main character. I'll give you guys a synopsis too in case you don't know what this is about. So Thomas wakes up in this big box and he realizes it's an elevator, and he doesn't have like any memories. Like he understands how the world works and he knows his name, but he doesn't remember like any people or any circumstances that he like has encountered, things about the world. So he is trying to figure out why he has such selective memory and like what's going on where he is. And then the like top of the elevator opens and he is like in this big square, a field basically, with big walls on all 4 sides, and there's a bunch of kids there. They're all boys, and they're like, "Welcome to the Glade," and he's like, "What the heck is going on?" And so he realizes that this square that they're in, this box basically, is in the middle of this huge maze, and the kids are like surviving, growing crops, and they have farm animals and stuff. And some of them are trying to like plot and map the maze so that they can try to escape. None of them know why they're there or who put them there or anything, and they're just trying to all figure it out. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept for sure, but I have seen the movie like a few times, so I know kind of what is going on. I don't know. It's all right. I am enjoying it for as much as I've read, and I'm excited to continue reading, but that's the most update I have for you guys. Hopefully I will have more thoughts on like how it's different from the movie and my opinion as well once I get like halfway. I'll talk to you guys then. Hey guys, I do have a bit of an update for The Maze Runner. I got to page 205 on my Kindle still. So I'm like over halfway now. And there are definitely some parts to this that is not in the movie, and it is making it a little bit more intriguing. And one thing that I really enjoy about this book is that it's like never boring. The chapters are like relatively short, which I like that, but also like every chapter or every other chapter there's something like high intensity happening, you know, like there's something exciting going on. So it definitely keeps my attention in that way. There's never like boring slow parts. I'm enjoying that, and I do like the characters. I feel like I remember more now. There's like a found family aspect to the series. At least in the movie, I remember that. And I feel like it's happening more and more in the book as well. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it by tomorrow. Today's Friday, so tomorrow, Saturday, we'll definitely have more time to read. I really hope that I like the ending, and there's already so many exciting parts that I feel like the ending is going to be like extra exciting. Right now he is training to be a runner. He's like definitely getting more involved in the things that the people in the glade are doing. So it's getting more interesting since he's like less of an outsider. Yeah, I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow when I have finished the book. Hello everyone, I have finished The Maze Runner, and I think I'm going to end up giving this 3.5 stars. I am very glad that I picked this up because it's been on my TBR for so long. Like, it's been sitting on my shelf forever, and it's just been one of those books that has been on my Goodreads for years. So I'm really glad that I did end up reading it. I have to say the end of the book did intrigue me a little bit more about the rest of the series. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to continue because it's just a trilogy, so it's really not like a huge investment if I do want to keep reading. But especially the epilogue, if you guys have read this book, there's just a little bit more of like an intrigue. It kind of makes you want to continue the story and see what happens. There were some sad parts in the end, and it was just very like action-packed and exciting, and it was a good ending for sure, but I didn't absolutely love it. So 3.5, still good. I still recommend it if you are wanting to read it or if the premise seems interesting to you. That's the main thing about this book. I think the concept and the premise is super interesting and really like smart, honestly. Like, I was really impressed by this author's ideas for like creating this world and the story. But since it's so familiar to me, I think that kind of took it down a notch a little bit. Like, if this was a book that I had read for the first and I didn't know anything about it and I'd never seen the movie or anything, like maybe I would have been more impressed. I still enjoyed it, and I really had a great time with this video. Just for a recap, I read The Raven Boys and gave it 4.5 stars, which I'm really excited to continue this series. And then I read The Summer I Turned Pretty and gave it 4 stars. Also gonna continue this series. I'm really looking forward to seeing who she ends up with. And then I read The Maze Runner and gave it 3.5 stars. I am really glad that I did this video because these are all books that have been on my TBR for a long time that I probably wouldn't have picked up very soon. Especially The Raven Boys. I don't know why I haven't picked it up before, because like I knew that I would really like it, just knowing that I like that author. So I don't know why I haven't picked it up, but it's just been sitting there and it's never been like the one that I've reached for. So having this video really helped me have an open mind to the books that have been sitting on my shelf for so long, and not feeling like because they have been there sitting there they're like boring or less interesting. And like if they've been published not in the past year, like before this year, like they're still worth it to read. And honestly, they're easier to find in the store and in like used bookstores. And I got all 3 of these books secondhand, and I can probably find the rest of these series really easily. So yeah, I'm just glad that this video gave me like a perspective change, and I also had a really fun time reading these books. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you guys about any of these books if you have read them. I hope that you guys stick around. Also, I just wanted to say thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like a lot compared to other channels. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it means a lot to me. So I'm glad you guys are here, and hope you guys have a really good day. Bye.